OMT Online Dynasty, welcome back everybody. Our first game of the week of our final season here in College Football 26, Season 6, year 2030. For this season, we will be doing this a little differently considering we're in a bit of a rush to get the season done here by the end of the month. So these are going to be a little bit more condensed, less focus on one game, instead kind of spreading the love little by little throughout the league. We'll still have a main event, but instead of watching the entire game, I've gone through and kind of cut it down to the biggest moments, the biggest highlights, things like that. We'll also go over some highlights from 4 to 5 other user games every week, which is why we'll just be based here in my town instead of that rigorous travel schedule we went through last season, hopping around from location to location. This will all just be remote today at the home of the back-to-back champions of the American Association of Professional Baseball, the Kane County Cougars. Put some respect on that name. Now, if you haven't seen any of these before, this is our 32 user online dynasty. We got 4 custom conferences, 8 teams in each with a relegation system in place. So how well you do one season is going to determine what conference you're in for the next season, and that is going to carry over into College Football 27. What's also going to carry over into College Football 27 is our wait list. If you're interested in potentially joining the online dynasty, it is all done through the Discord. Hop in there, make a post, tag me, DM me, somehow let me know you want on there. I will get you added to the wait list. It is 35 people as of right now, so it might be a little bit before you get your spot, but that is also going to carry over into College Football 27, and that's the only way you could get in to this dynasty. So with all of that said, today we will be featuring a matchup of 2 playoff teams from last year, including our reigning national champion, as we have Boater and his Utah State Aggies headed down to Huntsville to take on Woe Twice and his Sam Houston Bearcats. With a K, team finished up in the semifinals of the playoffs last year before losing to Louisiana. Let's go take a look at the depth charts of both of these squads. We'll start with Utah State, and this team is preposterous. We'll just get it out of the way right now. Quarterback Isaiah Gilliam, the 5-star transfer from Colorado. Mobile resistance, 94 overall as a redshirt sophomore. Thank goodness this is our last season, because I've been terrified of what this guy would be able to do. Dual threat, 6'5", 94 speed, 99 throw power, 97 short. And this all looks great, but I think we have some highlights in here. This guy kind of stinks. He's not very good at throwing the ball. But I will say he can make up for it with his legs, but we'll see. Jury's still out a little bit on Mr. Isaiah Gilliam here, the quarterback for Utah State. We also have another running thread here, Platinum Shifty Titus Ayahuasca. For a nice little 1-2 punch. I mean, he's definitely a runner of the ball. Look at that, 65 short accuracy. Not expecting to see him putting that ball in the air a whole heck of a lot, but we will see. At halfback, returning from last season, Derek Sylvan, recoup, shifty, sidestep, 90 overall, 94 speed. We also got 98 speed. Jeremiah Moultrie. I told you this Utah State team is preposterous. Wide receivers, 96 speed on Sam Nachami, 50-50 downhill, both platinum. Also got balance for only being 6'1" to get platinum 50-50 and downhill. Kind of crazy. And having that 96 speed, 93 speed on Torrey Turner. Ton of abilities. Elite dev. Platinum cutter on Larry Flood. A couple white wide receivers. I guess that kind of makes sense for Utah though, doesn't it? Now this is really where we get out of hand. This man was a center who Utah State got in the transfer portal and was like 80 something speed. So you can position change. You just can't position change twice, like move somebody from wide receiver to tight end and back to wide receiver to break their skill caps and change their arch types and everything. But if you have a center with 80 something speed, you 100% can move them to tight end. I mean, in real life, Utah's got a tight end that's like 315 pounds. So Trayvon Neal, platinum quick drop, outside shield, pocket shield, and we will see Utah State utilize this man in a fairly disgusting way throughout this game here. Offensive line, of course, is going to be absolutely loaded. That's what we expect. And I mean, you have to have a loaded offensive line to get a 99 overall team. Utah State certainly fits that bill. Defensively, grip breaker, pocket disruptor on one edge here with LaMarcus Walker. Right edge, Terrell Cobbs, another platinum pocket disruptor. Defensive tackle, another pocket disruptor, and a platinum grip breaker on Nick Whitehart. Dane Carden with a platinum quick jump. Going to be the other tiniest team. Definitely loaded for a potential run at back-to-back. Utah State is our only 2-time national champion. They could really set the history books ablaze, become the first ever back-to-back national champion and 3-time national champion. But we'll see. It's a long season in front of us. We got a lot of good players and a lot of good teams. So a lot can happen between now and then. Now, defensively, we are going to see a bit of a shift from what we saw last year. Utah State ran a lot of press man just because that's who they had available. Whereas this year, we are going to be seeing a lot of ball hawks and a lot more zone coverage from the Aggies, starting with Dwayne Hawkins, his gold ball hawk, 94 speed, another 94 speed with robber and ball hawk, another robber and ball hawk, a house calling ball hawk, and a gold. Every single corner has got ball hawk here on Utah State. Free safety, platinum ball hawk, and robber strong safety, gold ball hawk. So that is how Utah State is looking. We can go take a quick look at Sam Houston. And yeah, I'm leaning towards, I have to mess around with the Dynasty a little bit more in the new game to see what manual progression penalty we're going to have, because we need to have something. But at the same time, if you've played the beta and gone through the Dynasty, it is much, much harder to build a good team with that NIL factor in the game in College Football 27. I think with that and a manual progression penalty, I'd be shocked if we see teams. I think Sam Houston here getting up to like an 85 overall. I feel like you'd have essentially a God squad in College Football 27. We'll see what all changes by the time the game actually comes out, but just from looking at the beta, I think it's gonna be very difficult with these lower tier teams, but we'll see how it all ends up shaking out. So Sam Houston, the Bearcats, of course, with a K, have DeAndre Hennessy at quarterback, the famed Toledo Hennessy family, the Toledo tight end room, all iced Hennessy. Oh no, it's only iced Hennessy, and then it's like iced water and iced tea or something. But we can still say DeAndre is related, at least to that first tight end. 85 overall, 91 speeds. Sam Houston, if memory serves me correctly, for the past couple years had a bit of a statue at quarterback. We'll see what they're able to do now that they have a quarterback that can actually get out and move. Having a pocket passer with 91 speed seems really good. I like the looks of that a lot. At halfback, we're going to have Clark Bryant as the white running back revolution continues here in the OMT Online Dynasty. 91 speed, silver, 360. Wide receiver Enrique Trayan did end up going in the draft last year, so our reigning Heisman Trophy winner no longer with the Bearcats, but we might have his heir apparent here with Forrest Hewitt, 6'5", not nearly as fast as Trayan, but still has that height, still has that platinum 50-50 and sure hands and cutter. We're still expecting some plays out of Forrest Hewitt here. Ty Katula, also a 50-50, 6'3". Sam Houston loves his big boy wide receivers, that is for sure, as we get to the 5'9" George Kalambaya. Howie Kenoy, 6'3", sidestep and cutter. Tight end wise, we're gonna have Ty Doris, 79 speed, but 6'4", some more big boys for Sam Houston. Now this offensive line, the 89 overall offense, so I'm expecting a pretty solid offensive line. Yeah, pretty solid. That about sums it up. Defensively, let's see if we've really got much to work with here. It looks like nothing on our edges. We do get one grip breaker on our 91 overall D tackle, Jason Luck. That's nice. Linebacker wise, 6'3", Obi Fema. Like Obafemi, but the A and I got flipped. Shout out Obafemi, next superstar in WWE. 6'3", 94 speed. That's a heck of a linebacker there. Mike linebacker, we got 85 speed, 6 foot tall. Cam Hargrove, Will linebacker, probably not going to play there. Matthew Chun, he looks like a, I don't know. I don't like his haircut. Just if we're going to be honest with each other. At corners, we're going to have 91 speed, 5'11", Rico Horan, blanket coverage and house call. No abilities on Brian Moses, 5'10". So we got all the big boys on the offensive side of the ball, and then all our corners are pretty teeny tiny, except for Sean Upshaw, 6'2" with a blanket coverage. Free safety, 80 overall, 90 speed, 6'5". There we go. That's what I expected to see out of Sam Houston. Jeffrey Abraham, strong safety, Trevor Sisk, 6 foot tall, 89 speed. So that is how these two teams stack up against each other. Let's take it down to Huntsville for our main event game here between Boulder and Whoa Twice, Utah State, Sam Houston, the Bearcats with a K, starting off with the rock here. First play of the game, got a touchback on that opening kickoff, going with a little bounce inside zone here. I've just never really been able to get these to work great. I don't know. Platinum Aftershock lighting up on that number 59. I think that's a pretty dang good ability. I haven't really messed with it a ton, but really get that wear and tear going on the opposing offensive side here. Now, Sam Houston is in the Utah offense for this one, dropping back to pass, finds that deep post over to the left. Beautiful find by DeAndre Hennessy, and that is Forrest Hewitt with his first catch of the day. Might be next man up here for Sam Houston. Only time will tell. Now we're going to go back to a run right up the gut there. That's Lionel Castile, the running back, taking that one for a nice little gain of 6. But yeah, if we can get Forrest Hewitt going again, not nearly as fast as Enrique Train was. We're not expecting a 2,000-yard season out of him. But if he can make up, it's like Moneyball. You know, you got to make it up in the aggregate between Forrest Hewitt and the other Sam Houston wide receivers. And we're still expecting some good things from this Bearcats offense, especially if they're going to be rocking that Utah playbook. One of my favorites in the entire game. Now we got a 2nd and 4. Might overall be my favorite. If I had to pick, I'm going to go on a little tangent here for a second as we watch Sam Houston right up the seam. Another great throw. That one to the tight end, number 88, Ty Doris. If I had to pick, I had one game, and it's like you have to win. Life on the line, essentially. You have to win this game. What playbook would I pick? Probably Notre Dame. I think overall that's probably the best playbook in the game. Ohio State's up there. Utah's up there. Rutgers, I like Rutgers a lot. Miami, but if I just had to pick one, I think it'd be Notre Dame. Yeah, it would. I think that's my number one, like, best playbook in the entire game, for me at least, is Notre Dame. So 2nd and 7, got a little trips going over to the left, right up the seam again. Quick decision, quick find. DeAndre Hennessy, Forrest Hewitt. There is that man, the new Enrique Train. Now, Utah State going to I-form Hulk here on offense, which is gross. So we have that converted center who's playing tight end. He's going to be essentially our tackle on this play, our weak side tackle, as our other tackle moves over to the tight end spot on the left, and another big boy out there to block for us. It's really gross, especially with this Derek Sylvan, the running back of Utah State. Like, you're not getting any backside. Nobody's coming to help from the backside when we have that number 84 Trayvon Neal over there to help us out. So we're going 3 plays, 3 I-form Hulk. I don't know what we do here. Look at all the abilities lighting up. Sylvan stretching that outside, one cut back to the inside, and nobody on Sam Houston is going to catch that man. Sylvan taking that one in for the touchdown. Interesting. Well, maybe not that interesting, but to me it kind of is. So Sam Houston had the Heisman Trophy winner last year with Enrique Train. The first 2 seasons, Utah State's running back was the Heisman Trophy winner. I think it was Miles Davis. Oh, and a 4th and 3 here for Sam Houston before I get too distracted. 4th and 3, go to that big curl, trust our big guy to try to go make a play, but it gets knocked out. Oh, and actually that wasn't our big guy. That was our little guy, isn't it? Number 18. I believe that's the smaller guy of the what? Yeah, George Kalambaye. The like 5'9" guy. Tried to get him with a curl. Nothing doing there. Pass gets knocked out. Utah State taking over here. 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, staying in that I-form Hulk. But yeah, Utah State had, I think it was Miles Davis won the Heisman Trophy in season 1. And then I think it was Daniel Hill in season 2, the 2 halfbacks for Utah State. They're trying to get their 3rd Heisman Trophy halfback this season. We'll see if we're going to keep forcing this one to Sylvan. And there goes Isaiah Gilliam, using those legs. We saw that speed, we saw his running ability, and that's a huge boon for Utah State, because we saw last year when they had Tanner Applewhite at quarterback, for plays like that he'd have to sub in Ayahuasca. There goes Sylvan. Just what are you gonna do? Platinum strong grip on that center, just run right behind him, 1 yard every time, touchdown for the Aggies. But what was, oh yeah, because we had Tanner Applewhite last season. So he would have to sub in Ayahuasca for like those play action bootlegs. Now we can just run whatever we want with Gilliam. And now Hennessy showing off his legs too. There's that speed of the Sam Houston quarterback we talked about. Now you finally don't have a statue in that backfield. You hit them with a little bit of rollout. Hennessy takes that one for like 20, 30 yards. Great blocking downfield there too by whoever that was over on the right side. Really good downfield blocking. Now we go for an RPO. There's that platinum aftershock again. That time is Clark Bryant in the backfield. Nothing doing there for the Bearcats. Takes us to the second quarter. 2nd and goal at the 4 now. First play of the second quarter. Dropping back to pass. Go. Oh my goodness. It looks like Utah State clicked in that right stick maybe to send that guy after the quarterback. High ball to the tight end, Ty Doris. Able to come down with that one. Touchdown Bearcats. Ties us back up at 14 apiece. Now we roll out. We try. The contain gets there, gets the sack. But the big man, the center, converted to tight end, Trayvon Neal, brings him down. Doesn't bring him down, picks up the ball, the opposite of that, picks up the ball, then gets brought down, but at least maintains possession for Utah State. Gilliam directing traffic here in the backfield. Another 2 tight end set. See, we're just going to go run up the middle. Nope, we are going to sneak a little RPO there. Nice find by Gilliam. A nice throw. Finds his man Sam Nachami right over the middle on that one. A 1st and 10 now for Utah State. Ball at the 13. 3 minutes left in the second. Both these offenses just kind of trading blows back and forth. Really, I mean, Sam Houston got stopped once so far. But other than that, I feel like the offense has been moving pretty good. And even that, we were close. We went for that big curl on the... and unfortunately, that one ended up going to our shorter wide receiver who was not able to come down with it. So now we go to some 5 wide. Why not? Go from I-form Hulk to some 5 wide offense. Try to roll out right away. No contain that time, or at least if it was, it got picked up by our tackle. And there goes Gilliam using those legs once again. 3 times 5 yards. 1 touchdown on the board now for Gilliam. So Utah State was able to add a field goal there into the second half. We go with the ball 24-14. Sam Houston needs a big play by the defense. And who else do you turn to but a big man for a big play? Gilliam gets hit as he throws. And number 91 picks it off and takes it all the way back for the Sam Houston. The thick 6 for the Bearcats right when the team needed it the most. Down by 10, Utah State with the ball, potentially go up 3 scores. Awful tough sledding here for Sam Houston, but the big man gets the pick. So now 24-21, and this is actually Ayahuasca in the backfield. We saw his accuracy is not the best, and he sails it on that deep crosser. Sam Houston gets another interception, this time by somebody you would kind of expect with the safety getting over there, or the outside corner getting over there to make that pick. But now Sam Houston drops back to pass. We see a one-on-one. We're trying our short receiver again, and this one gets intercepted. Utah State takes it right back, gets the momentum right back. Everything seemed to be going Bearcats' way there after the thick 6, after the overthrow crosser, but the Utah State defense able to reel things back in here and get that turnover. So it's going to be a 1st and 10, 4 minutes, a wild sequence to start off the second half here. A thick 6. We've had 3 interceptions in the span of like a minute, but now it's Utah State with the ball. Isaiah Gilliam back in the backfield here, going back to that empty. It's either I-form Hulk or empty. It's pretty nasty business. And we find that seam pass to Derek Sylvan. Nice throw there by Gilliam. And you'll see that tight end too. His quick drop actually lights up when he goes out for passes. It almost works like a takeoff. That can't be an intended feature. I'm thinking they just didn't think about it when it was time to, you know, make all these abilities. And we have the guy wide open, and Gilliam just totally misses that throw, by the way. But yeah, quick drop, essentially, it works a lot like takeoff. So if you watch number 84, I think it goes again on this play here too. And we have Ayahuasca back in the backfield here this time. But you can see it lights up right as he goes there. And we actually kind of have him. Ooh, that was actually kind of close. That number 0 on Sam Houston was kind of lurking back. I'm not sure if he was going to get underneath that in time. But it doesn't matter because Ayahuasca just sailed that one. I was going to say into the front row, but there's no stands back there. There's no people back there. Sails it on into the sidewalk back there here in Sam Houston. So now Gilliam dropping back to pass again. Going to use those legs. Just one quick cut back to the right. Having a quarterback that can run like that is just such a game changer. We've seen it on both sides too, with Gilliam and DeAndre Hennessy being able to take off and run. Really opens things up a ton for your offense. Now we're going with a little bounce RPO. Got to watch that slot corner. He comes inside. We can throw it. Gets picked by the outside corner, but a flag on the play, and that is a roughing the passer on Utah State. The user defender gets a little greedy, gets a little aggressive, roughs the passer, wipes an interception off the board. Another potential game-ending play there. If we get that turnover, Utah State goes and gets a touchdown. It's a 17-point game here with not much time left in the third, but the penalty gives life to Sam Houston. Now, can they take advantage of it? We go for that crosser underneath. I believe that's, yeah, force Hewitt again there. 5 catches, 79 yards. Got a little bumped by the defender, but still able to hold on to that, pick up a nice gain of 6. 2nd and 4 at the 9-yard line now. Down to 90 seconds left in the third quarter. But Sam Houston down by 10. Let's see what we got here. The quick slant over to the left. The user not able to get over there in time. And it's Forrest Hewitt again. And he looks like he just tried to sucker punch the ref. They just helped you out with that roughing the passer call. What are we doing there? Now a 2nd and 22. Utah State only up by 3, but dropping back to pass. Here's Gilliam going back to that right sideline, going back to that flood concept, and just dead on the money that time. That's why we put Gilliam in and have him throw that instead of Ayahuasca. So back to that empty set. Looks like number 84 might be a little tired here. I see no Trayvon Neal on the field this time, but we're still going to go for a little jet sweep going out to the left side there. Torrey Turner taking that one for a gain of 4. So just starting the fourth quarter here, 3-point lead for Utah State against Sam Houston's offense. We've seen for years now, this offense can keep up with just about anybody, but we just need another big play by that defense. We had that pick six, we had that other interception, but even after that, we just ended up giving it right back to him. Let's see if we got one more big play by this Sam Houston defense somewhere in us here. So we're audibling over to a trips. Definitely got to watch an RPO over to the left here. It is just gonna be a run up the middle, and that run blocking just preposterous. What are you supposed to do against that? Sylvan in for another touchdown, 69 receiving yards, 158 rushing yards, and his third touchdown of the day. Yeah, I would say the Heisman case is off to a good start here, and there goes Hennessy using those legs when we had to have it. A 4th and 9 with 3.5 minutes left. Hennessy just takes off up the middle, picks up the gigantic first down for Sam Houston to keep them alive in this ball game. Now we're gonna try a jet sweep. Guy gets knocked down to the ground. Can Kenoy tries to dance his way? Maybe if we went to that outside pylon, there's a chance we could have had that. But I try to cut it up, gets brought down. Now we got a 2nd and goal at the 4, going to one of those Utah classic formations here. Wide tray open wing. And I believe this is just a design quarterback run for Hennessy. It is indeed, but we just went a little too fast there. We got ahead of our blocker, that tight end that's in the backfield. So the linebacker able to come down and make that tackle. Now we got a 3rd and goal at the 4, going to some empty. This was my big reason for liking Utah, is they have 3 really good versions of empty. And then, you know, the cut people found it and found all the cheesy quarterback RPOs. I think we had that window to throw that to Hewitt. We went for a high ball there, maybe ends up getting thrown out the back of the end zone. It was a tight window, but I think it was there. Now we got a 4th and goal at the 4, and Sam Houston going to be aggressive and decide to go for it here against an offense like Utah State. I don't hate this, because if you go for 3, you're up by 7. It can easily clock you out. And even if you go for like an onside kick, they're pretty much in field goal range already, even if you get a stop. So I think I like the idea of going for 7 here against a team like Utah State. So we got a 4th and goal at the 2. Gonna be some double mug here on the defensive side of things, and empty for Sam Houston. I wouldn't hate a design quarterback run here. And what? What? And that ends up being the game there. But look at this. This end just comes through totally untouched here. Yeah, the left tackle just does nothing. Left tackle just does nothing. We saw Utah State be on the receiving end of that, and I believe the Mountain West title game last year, but this time it works out in their favor. The Aggies get one more score on the board, end up winning this one 45-28, starting off their season 1-0. Starting off their quest to repeat strong. They're getting a big win in Huntsville. So now let's take it to, we actually had a Conference USA. We had a conference matchup here in week 1 between North Texas and Texas State down in San Marcos. Crizzle taking on Crayon Eater. We can take it to that game here. And of course, it's raining. It's always raining in San Marcos, apparently. I'm getting slightly concerned for the citizens in that area. I don't know if they're built to handle all this rain. Might need to be building an ark or something, but let's get to it. It is going to be Crayon Eater starting with the ball here. 3rd and 2, about halfway through the first quarter. And not the best pitch from our quarterback there. Number 3 has to go 10 yards back, 10 yards backwards to be able to even catch that ball. Ends up, I mean, pretty good to end up with just a loss of 2, considering how far back we were. But now Texas State facing a 4th and 5, and they are going to be aggressive here. They are going to go for a little empty bunch. Going to be dropping back to pass number 1. Look where we're going. We see another platinum, looks like quick drop on our center, and we find big man number 11 right over the middle. J.D. Bach, the quarterback, finds Josh McLean, the contested specialist. I could have sworn that was a tight end because that guy looked massive. But a huge first down conversion there for Texas State to keep this drive alive in this scoreless game. Now we go to number 33, and again, great run blocking, except for number 81. Not sure where we were going there, buddy. We had one guy you could have blocked, and you just ran right on past him. Is what it is. Still a nice carry, still a nice play for Texas State. Now look at this effort from number 3, the Platinum Sure Hands. Get off me, both of you. He stiff arms both North Texas defenders to take that one in for the Texas State score. Oh, hey, thought he was going to shoot a jumper. He starts dancing instead. But now North Texas looking to answer back here early in the second quarter. Got ourselves a 1st and 10 just outside the 10-yard line. Gain of 3, a 2nd and 7 now. Crizzle and North Texas. Really like the uniforms of North Texas and Texas State. Big fan of this uniform matchup. Those North Texas black helmets look great. Always a fan of the like maroon and gold. Like Texas State, Minnesota. Also very underrated uniforms. Now, of course, Minnesota's in the Big Ten, so you can't use them in this dynasty, but just as a total aside, and really about nothing. Shout out Minnesota. So 3rd and 3, dropping back to pass, going back to another RPO, but that defensive end stays home. Makes a great play on that running back. 4th and 3 now, North Texas is going to be aggressive. We saw this work out for Texas State, and there goes, who is the quarterback? It was Keelan Russell. Looks like it's not anymore. Number 3, the quarterback for North Texas. Going to keep it himself, take it in for a touchdown. Ties up at 7 apiece. Texas State staying aggressive here. 4th and 10, 3 minutes to go in the first half. Finds our halfback on the Texas route. The aggressiveness pays off yet again for Texas State. Let's see if they can convert this like they did on that opening drive. A bit of a duck from our quarterback there, if we're being honest, but hey, it's caught. It's a first down. That's all that really matters. So looks like we potentially had our one, but we try to go to the left, number 11 again, and that one gets picked off, and nobody is going to catch number 24, North Texas. You give up the 4th and 10, but then the very next play, pick 6 for the Mean Green, and they will be up 14-7 after that one. Mike Gainwell. Great play there, brother. But here comes Texas State right back down to the 34-yard line. Going with some pistol play action. Quick rollout, quick find. That's got to be our tight end there, number 12. It's just got to be. Good throw by the quarterback on the run out to the right there. Setting up Texas State at the 17-yard line. Hits the 2-minute warning. Down by 7. Looking to tie this one up before we head into halftime. A little orbit motion. Crazy looking play. Oh, I thought we might be trying circle. Good user defense there by Crizzle, because if he wasn't there, I think circle was getting open on the back left. So shout out Crizzle for that user defense there. Now we're going to be motioning that back out, setting up a little. I would like a streak on 81 just from how this defense is looking. Like if we could hot route a streak on 81 to go right up that seam, we potentially could have had something there. Instead, we will still take it on the drag. What do I know? What do I know? Trust number 81. Look at the fight. Fight. These North Texas State boys. That first touchdown, the double stiff arm, that one on the drag, able to break a few tackles and get in for the touchdown. Now, Texas State was able to get 3 more points there, I believe, before half. Look at the moves, number 30 of North Texas, bringing the Mean Green down to the 11-yard line. Yeah, Texas State, man. These boys got some heart. These boys got some fight. We're going to look for that back right, hits that corner out, touchdown, North Texas. Also got some fight in these boys. They keep punching it right back. But speaking of punching back, Texas State on the ensuing kickoff. Now we're down by 4. Number 16 going to catch it in the rain, in the monsoon, and the gap just opens right up the middle. Just take it. His own guy almost got in his way there. It looked like he was going to go try to block number 2, almost slowed down his own man and gets out of the way. 16 is just going to take that one all the way in. Texas State right back up by 3, but again, North Texas battling back down to the Bobcats 32-yard line, dropping back to pass here is number 3, staying in that pocket, tight window throw, and hey, Texas State, you ain't the only team that's going to be bouncing off, making some big plays, breaking some tackles. Number 15 on North Texas wants to join that party. 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Going with some 5 wide here, going to be a man blitz coming from Texas State. And the user just a step below that one, had just enough height, and another guy punching the ref, and the ref just hides in the goalpost there. Just a step below that one, so close to making a huge play. Now another 4th and inches. Texas State still staying. I mean, you kind of have to be aggressive in this situation. Just over 2 minutes to go, but they go for the run up the gut, pick up that first down. Ball at the 22-yard line now. Texas State down by 4. Just over 2 minutes to go in this ball game. We are going with a direct snap, and like these substitutions, it's really something I should probably do. Texas State always does a good job of doing that, making sure his guys are staying fresh, and it leads to situations like that. The beautiful blocking, your halfback's able to find the space, able to again fight through some more tackles there. Didn't quite get in, but still got down to the 1-yard line. A 1st and goal at the 1 now. Real heavy pistols. I don't even know what pistol set that is that has all those tight ends, but again, just bouncing off. You cannot tackle these Texas State boys. That is the number one thing we are learning in this one. But here comes North Texas again. Crizzle, 30 seconds left. 1st and 10 at the 13. Looking right, find our guy open. But a flag on the play. He got bumped by that outside corner. Illegal touching. He stepped out of bounds before he caught that pass. It is now a 2nd and 10 at the 13 for North Texas. Dropping back again, looking to the right, finding that quick drag. And it looked like he dropped that for a second, but Game counted it, so we got 15 seconds. Time is ticking here. 3rd and 6 for North Texas. Can they get the big road win here in San Marcos? Start off Conference USA play with a win. Find them on the back right side. Beautiful throw. Beautiful job by number 16 to keep those feet in, and that is a touchdown for North Texas, and they get that one 35-31. Unbelievable game between those two guys. What a start to Conference USA play. Well, that's like the best thing about the relegation system is these conference matchups just are unbelievable. We get so many really good conference games because of how that relegation system is set. So that is that game. Let's go back to a Mountain West matchup and a little bit of a love triangle going on between Texas State, Louisiana, and USF. A big battle of the hearts going on here between TCAB and Vancy. And Vancy, by popular demand, people have requested it. People have been hammering them about it back in the flex bone, at least for this game. We will see going forward what kind of offense Louisiana will be in. But for this one, we're back home, baby. Coming out in X-Dig here. First play of the game, Louisiana with the rock. We are going to be dropping back to pass. We do still got Bunting back at quarterback, so we definitely have to keep eyes on him. X-Dig, best pass play in the game. No, I don't want to say that. Top 3 pass play in the game. And yes, it's out of Flexbone, but that play is so freaking good. It's so hard to guard that route. That drag from the wing back there on the right is impossible to guard. And then you have the seam streak, you have that deep in coming back. Then we get the pitch off with Bunting, a little counter option on the next play, gives it to number 21. Tremaine Hester was the star of the show for Louisiana in the national title game last year. We'll see if that is going to be his backfield this year to come and make a big statement for Louisiana. But yeah, shout out to X-Dig. I freaking love that play. So just 2 plays in, 25 seconds in, Louisiana's got the ball down at USF's 14-yard line. It's nice to see him back in this. It is. I love seeing Flexbone stuff. So we're back in Flexbone normal. See if we are going to go with a rocket toss out to the left here, considering where we are at on the field. We sure do. And this is another thing. He's just, oh, we do have both Buntings back. We do have the Bunting bros. There, he caught that rocket toss where Louisiana can like stretch it all the way to the sideline and then just cuts it up. Like, I don't know how he does it, but it works very well consistently. So shout out to Louisiana for that. And I will say, speaking of college football 27, messing around in the beta a little bit, rocket toss works the same going both ways in college football 27. What a time to be alive. So we saw, was it in season 3, Louisiana had like a 4th string left-handed quarterback he would sub in just to run rocket toss so he could run it to the right. Going forward, not going to be a concern. So that's good news. Good news for Louisiana. Who knows if he'll be in the flex bone in college football 27? Who knows what team he's going to end up with? We have B, we have X. We can just run it. Pick your poison there. Anything, and then hit that freaky little dance, Mr. Bunting. So Louisiana, less than a minute in, back in that flex bone offense, takes it in for the touchdown. But here come USF. Got it right in the red zone here. Ball at the 20-yard line. 2 minutes gone by. Now USF really just having to take what the defense has given them there. That was a bit dicey. Really just taking what the defense has given them. You can see right there by the possession time. They've had it for 3.5 minutes, moved at 66 yards. That's really what Louisiana tries to make you do. It's very hard to beat them deep. You have to kind of dink and dunk your way around, and that's what USF honestly does a good job of in this game. And I think that's kind of probably your best shot. So we're running around there with Fisk. We're just going to take it as a run with number 33, but to click on Superman dive tackle, a little heat seeker assist, it looks like, from Louisiana, because it didn't look like he was in a great position to make a play on that guy, make a tackle, but he did it. So a gain of 4, a 3rd and 6 for the Bulls. See what we're going to go to. A little 3-3 stack on defense for Louisiana. I don't know if I've mentioned before, but we did implement a new rule over the offseason where you have to rush 3. It felt like there were so many people just rushing like 2 or 1, especially down in this area, because it's like really good. It's so hard to beat down here. And I don't know, I just didn't like that. So we do have a rush 3 rule. I just want to make sure we mention that, because I think we did, but I don't know. Anyway, 4th and inches there. USF, why not? Give it a challenge. See, maybe we got lucky and got that as a first down, but we do not. It stays a 4th and inches, and USF going to be aggressive here. Again, against an offense like Louisiana, I do feel like you kind of have to go for it in these kind of situations. Three is not going to do you a ton of good. We're expecting Louisiana to score a lot of points. We got to try to keep up and score a lot of points too, but that one gets knocked out. Number 90 on Louisiana just punches them right in the mouth. Ball comes loose. First down for Louisiana. They take over. Now they're at their own 23 here. Did pick up first down. Going to be dropping back to pass. Finding that drag right over to the right. Mr. Hester bouncing off tackles. Did land a good hit stick on him there. Eventually, much easier said than done as somebody who is addicted to going for hit sticks. I know how difficult it can be. Also a thing in college football 27. I feel like tackling is worse. I feel like it might just be me thing because I'm terrible at tackling, but I feel like I've seen so many more broken tackles in that game. But dropping back to pass again, going for that seam, and somehow number 17 is the one that comes down with it. Looked like pretty dang good coverage there from Louisiana, or from USF. Let's actually take another look at this. I mean, good pass lead out to the left here, trying to get this over to the open space, but still looks like we got our guys there. A little bullet pass. 19 goes for the interception, comes up short, and that is a touchdown for the Raging Cajuns. A 14-0 lead for them here in the first quarter. Got that knockout on defense, got that on offense. Things going the Raging Cajuns way. Salute to you, Vancy. Salute to you, good sir. But now USF down 21-0. Things not going great for them. Need something to spark some momentum. How about a massive hit on the kick returner that puts the ball on the ground, and the Bulls are there to pick it up? Is that what USF needed to swing things back in their favor here at least a little bit? So 5 minutes left in the second. Going to go with this run to number 25. I like the looks of that number 25, that running back for USF. See how quick he was able to cut that back to the right? Love that. Go with a little tight end RPO out to the right. Number 86 is going to take it all the way in. Take advantage of that special teams turnover. Touchdown. The appropriately named quarterback for USF, Emmett Bull, leading the USF Bulls here. Gets them on the board. Now we jump ahead. It's 28-10 Louisiana. USF, though, they are going to keep battling. That is something we definitely know about USF. Doesn't matter how the game is going, they are going to keep fighting here. Go for that drag, and I mean, that's fair. From what we saw in Louisiana's second touchdown, I think it's fair. Tight end Miss Moffett sat on her. I don't remember that old nursery rhyme. I can't pretend that I do. But from what we saw Louisiana's first touchdown there, I think it's fair. USF comes down with that one, converts that fourth down, sets up a first and goal, try to get that run up the gut. Nothing doing there. Second and goal at the 4. Back in that 3-down lineman set is Louisiana, and also we don't allow the doggy style defense where you come and hover directly behind your nose tackle, because that just dumbs out the offense. And there goes the Bull. Take the Bull by the horns, Mr. Emmett. Take it your gosh dang self in for the USF touchdown. And they're only down 11 here. Minute and a half left in the third. Very impressive effort from USF considering like the overall disadvantage and everything they got going against them. Very impressed with USF in this one. Great find there to the right. Mr. Alumba gets open on that right sideline, bounces off that hit stick, because of course he does. First down for Louisiana, looking to put this one away here. Now down into the red zone, minute and change left in the third quarter. You feel like one more touchdown and that'll just about do it. And who the heck is that at quarterback now? Number 83? Ew. Ugh. Vancy. How do we have a number 83 playing quarterback? Well, this is why. Keep it himself, cuts it around. He's got that platinum shift. He takes it in for the Louisiana touchdown and hit one more freaky little dance. The Raging Cajuns get that win, start their season off 1-0, as they will be looking to join Boulder as the only 2-time national champions. But shout out, I mean, USF 450 yards, 81 total plays. And look at this, 16 third downs. About 20% of his plays were on third downs, but he converted 8 of them. So really not a bad offensive game for USF. I don't hate the game plan of just kind of control the clock, control the ball, and hope for the best, and still ended up with 450 yards. So overall, a great game for USF, good game to Vancy, and a good start for the Raging Cajuns. So we got a couple games left. These ones are going to go pretty quick. Let's go to Memphis and UAB. So these two matched up, I believe, in week 1 last year. Might have even been week 0 in the battle for the bronze rack of ribs rivalry between Birmingham and Memphis. UAB went into Memphis, won at the last second last year. Let's see what these two teams got now. For this season, going to be Sea Knuckles taking on Cosmic Selector in this one, and it's going to be Memphis with the ball. 2 minutes into the game here. But again, we're seeing everybody just be aggressive on these fourth downs. 4th and 4 at the 12, going to be dropping back to pass, going to our halfback out of the backfield, finds him and picks up that first down. And I mean, it's been working for like everybody, I feel like. Almost everybody. Didn't work for USF in that last game. But yeah, most of these fourth downs, these guys are just picking right up there. So 1st and goal, we're going to try it with a run there. We don't have Bo Jackson in the backfield anymore at Memphis, but we'll see if this number 22 is able to carry that torch. Johnny Alba taking that one for a gain of really nothing. A 3rd and goal at the 2 now, trying to punch it in right in front of the UAB faithful, going to a little pistol bunch here. Going to be dropping back to pass. A left-handed quarterback, always interesting. Swinging one out to the left. Can we fight our way through that one-on-one tackle? We got to see our halfback show a little bit more heart than that. Goes down pretty much without a fight there. Number 26 coming down for UAB to make that tackle. Now we got a 4th and goal. And again, I believe we're going to see Memphis be aggressive here in this situation. Instead of taking their 3, we are going to go for this and try to get 7 on the board. And indeed, we are a little tight open here for Memphis. Big heavy set for UAB. I believe staying in like a shaded underneath cover 2 or something like that. It's just a good standard red zone defense here. We got over the middle. We find right underneath. The user takes one step too far to the inside, and C Knuckles and Memphis strike first here, get up 7-0. UAB going to come right back, and again, what we expect from UAB going to be a lot of running the rock. We're seeing more of, though, is more running with that quarterback. DJ Khaled, still the quarterback at UAB, taking that run right up the gut, setting up that 1st and goal just into the 2nd quarter here. UAB, very ball control, run the ball a lot, and just trust you're going to make mistakes on offense because they're not going to make a ton. So we go to that QB RPO, and man, those just dumb out defenses in this game. The QB RPOs are nasty. It's like these linebackers just do nothing, man. Like he was focused on the halfback. That linebacker was just running straight after the halfback. Khaled makes one cut to the inside, right past the goal line. Touchdown for the Blazers. And hitting a Heisman pose. Maybe he's trying to make a little bit of an early statement here, like we saw Sylvan do for Utah State. And here goes Khaled rolling out to the left. Pretty tight coverage, but finds his man. He has good positioning, able to hold on to that one. 1st and goal for UAB, down to the 2-minute warning, going back to that run with Khaled, trying to pump up his stats a little bit. We can get him running the ball like we've seen him running so far. 4 attempts, 45 yards, already a touchdown on the board. Maybe DJ Khaled is somebody we're going to have to keep our eyes on as the Heisman race continues. Now we got a 2nd and goal at the 2. Let's see if we're just going to try to give this one to Khaled here. Again, maybe we're going, yeah, it is just going to be a design quarterback run right up the gut here. See if we can find some space, see if those boys can block. We need to, I think we need to like Superman dive there or something, but Khaled gets brought down just short. 3rd and goal. Time out for Memphis. Got to regroup on the defensive side a little bit. Now we bring in the backup quarterback. Khaled must have been a little bit worn and torn, but the backup can handle business just fine. The defensive tackle meets him in the gap, but he twists, he turns, he contorts his body and takes it in for the UAB touchdown. Now jump ahead to the 3rd quarter. UAB still up 14-7. Another 4th and 1, another QB run, and it's number 12 again finding that space for UAB, picking up that 1st down. Another aggressive. That one I definitely get. You're kind of in no man's land there, and you have a 4th and 1, and you trust that QB run to be able to work for you. That I understand going for there. And that number 12, we've seen that backup come in a couple times now, ran for the touchdown, picked up that 4th and 1. A little 2 QB system here for UAB going as well, but it is DJ Khaled back in the backfield this time. A little heavy I-form set, going to run that stretch out to the right. Number 21 going to take that one for a nice carry, picking up the 1st down on a 2nd and 12 as we get to 2 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Now a heavy pistol set, 2 tight ends over to the right, a fullback in the backfield. Looks like we're going back to this QB RPO, and yeah. Those are too good in the game this year, man. I wonder what playbook he's in this year. UAB used to be in Iowa, but I don't think they have these kind of plays. But again, there goes DJ Khaled up the middle, taking it for the touchdown. UAB ends up getting that win 28-7, 35 carries, 211 yards, 7 for 8 passing. That's what we expect to see from UAB. So the Blazers starting the season off with a win and keeping the Rack of Ribs trophy that they won last season. So now we got 2 games left. Let's go to back to a Mountain West game here. Well, last season it was a Mountain West game between Oregon State and Tulsa. Oregon State did end up finishing in the bottom 2, so they are currently down in the Conference USA. Tulsa is still going to be in the Mountain West, both looking to get off to a hot start to the season. And right away, we start this off 4th and 8, Oregon State going for it. Everybody just staying so aggressive on these fourth downs. The Golden Hurricane defense looking to stand tall. We potentially have our guy right over the middle, but instead we go for that deep corner who absolutely cooks him. Great find by the Oregon State quarterback. And that Oregon State's actually going to be our next Old Dominion game coming up next week. Next video, we'll see if our Air Force offense is able to do much for us. I don't expect this season to go super well for us, but we're gonna have a good time doing it. That much I can guarantee you. So first and goal now for the Beavs down at the 1 yard line, coming out in some I form tight here. See if they're gonna be able to bully this big Tulsa defensive line up front at all. And they certainly can. What a run there for number 25, Greg Smith, taking that one in. Oregon State getting on the board first. Now Tulsa with the ball. I believe they are still in that San Jose State, that spread and shred. Hurry up, puts a lot of pressure on your defense. Let's see. Oh, going to the comeback. We see that one-on-one over on the left. Finds his man. Big first down there for Tulsa, bringing him down to Oregon State's 29-yard line. There's that no huddle. Keep that pressure on. Looked like we audibled to a run there for a second, but now looking at the defense, seeing what else we like. I like the looks of A on that quick slant. The user actually got over there to take away that slant, but then the slant coming from the left gets open, and number 9 showing that Texas State-like fight, being able to break through those tackles and get in for the end zone. Now Oregon State facing another fourth down, a 4th and 1, 4.5 minutes left here in the second quarter. We were able to pick up that 4th down earlier. Can we again, going right over the middle and just hits his guy right in the hands and he drops it. It was a good read. It was a good play. We had the guy open and unfortunately unable to hold on to it. So dropping back to pass now. It looks like it's Ramey still at quarterback, rolling out to the right with pressure in his face, delivers a strike. Credit where credit is due to this Tulsa quarterback, Ramey. The defensive lineman right in his face, rolling out off his back foot, finds that wheel route. Great play by Tulsa there. First down to the 12-yard line here, going to an RPO over to the left. See if we're going to keep that. We are going to go with that run up the middle and beautiful blocking. And again, 2 Oregon State defenders there. Nobody able to stop. Jeffrey Darnold, was that gentleman's name? He had Heisman something light up there. It looked like downhill. Not going to be fun to try to tackle that, man. It looks like some cover 4 match this time from the Golden Hurricane, and we got great user coverage by Tulsa, by Wes. Not going to take anything away from that. But I do think Oregon State got a little bit unlucky here, because watch the halfback. When he goes on this angle route, he actually bumps in to that other wide receiver. And I think there's a shot Tulsa was staying in front of this to play it anyway. But right there, the other corner of Tulsa actually bumps the halfback and leads that throw straight to the user of Tulsa. Takes that one back for a pick 6 with his big boy linebacker. Makes it 24-7. And really is going to end up putting this one away. The Golden Hurricane get the win 24-14. I know somebody who's happy about that. Mr. Gus T, he's celebrating. He's going crazy. He loves seeing his Tulsa boys get the season started there with a win, led by that Tulsa defense. So Golden Hurricanes starting their season 1-0. Oregon State starting off 0-1, unfortunately. So we got one more game we're going to go over here. Quick one between James Madison, also in the Mountain West, taking on San Diego State. Currently in our American Conference. So this is Rainbow taking on Supersonic. James Madison, again, robbed of a playoff spot last season. That's 2 of the last 3 years they've finished. I think they finished 12th last year and got bumped by once. Then a couple years ago, they finished 12th or 13th and or 11th maybe again. I don't fully remember, but there's 2 years James Madison should have been in the playoffs. Maybe that's going to get them a little extra fire for this final season to finally make the playoffs. And we are going to do some force loss things to make sure we get as many users as possible in the playoffs for this season, since it's our last season. Who really cares? It's not really going to affect anything going forward. So let's take it to San Diego Snapdragon Stadium. We got JMU taking on San Diego State. San Diego State going to be dropping back to pass here. First play of the game, and this is just what James Madison does. Force those turnovers quick and often. That JMU defense, they have to be leading in turnovers throughout. I wish there was some way to look at that. There might be. Honestly, I haven't looked. I'm just assuming there isn't. But from the start of the Dynasty, I'd be shocked anybody's forced more turnovers than James Madison has, specifically in user games. And we're going to go right back to the run. Looks like JMU is still in that Virginia offense we saw them in last season. It fits them pretty well, so it makes sense that we are still going to be in it. Going back to that run to the outside, and look at the arm bar, look at the platinum downhill. Another guy. Because now I'm just thinking ahead. We saw that Tulsa running back being possible to tackle. We saw Utah State's running back. Now we see JMU's running back. It's got me concerned. It's got me worried about Old Dominion and our defense and what the heck we're going to do against these guys. On the plus side for us, at least James Madison doesn't have Cam Dyer anymore, because that guy really drove me insane. We'll see. It is Mr. President. He was the starting quarterback for James Madison last year. Definitely more of a pocket passer. We're going to go for a quick swing out there to number 23 to the right flat. Take that for an easy gain of 4. And going to be coming right back to a run over to the left. So we must have some pretty good blocking wide receivers out there. That's a few times we've seen that kind of run where we're actually running not towards our tight ends, but towards our wide receivers. So Supersonic trusting his big boys out there to be able to hold those blocks. That time they actually kind of got through on the backside. You can see that big man number 79, I believe it was, into that backfield. Gonna be a 3rd and 4 for Supersonic. Going back, yes, mesh with a crosser, I believe it. And also, oh no, the RPO. Shout out Supersonic for streaming. For the first time in OMT Dynasty history at Season 6, Supersonic has set up his Twitch and streamed this game. So thank you very much for doing that, Supersonic. I appreciate that. Now James Madison, they got up 7-0 there. They forced another turnover, a quick score, 14-0. But much like we saw with USF, just because you're down early doesn't mean you're out of this game. Rainbow and San Diego State gonna keep fighting, gonna keep battling. So JMU still running that man defense. No big surprise there. We've seen quite a bit, a lot of man, and then he'll throw some purple zones and things out there sometimes too if you're attacking a certain spot a little bit more often. And that time we actually looks like we had a hard flat on our outside corner on the right, but Rainbow sees it, finds his man number 3 down the field, and here come the Aztecs. A 1st and 10 now at the 11-yard line. We're only down by 14. If we can punch a touchdown in here, we got a 1-score game. And we have to figure out something for the JMU rushing attack, but still, and look at the blocking there. Number 22 takes that one in for the San Diego State touchdown. And just like that, now we are back to a 1-score lead. Now the Dukes with the ball on 3rd and 3, going to that mesh with the deep crosser, finding that deep crosser. That's just such a good play. Like if mesh spot, but put a deep crosser instead of that spot route, that crosser is going to get wide open a ton. Then we dump one down. That's a big man there, that number 86, bouncing off tackles, getting a 1st and goal at the 2 for the Dukes. Now, I'm curious what we're going to go to here, because this is typically where we'd see JMU go to those quarterback runs with Dyer. Looks like we're just going with a halfback dive right up the gut here. We are indeed. Just one cut to the left, finds his way in there. Touchdown. Dukes. Chris Ingold puts JMU back up by 14. And now San Diego State, though, 1st and goal at the 9. 4 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Again, fighting back, putting that pressure back on JMU's defense. We're using Frankie Louvu over the middle there. Potentially had some room. That's right, I forgot about this. Gets hit, gets sacked, and look at the size of this man. How is he outrunning everybody? How is he even holding on to the ball? A lot of questions, but the only thing that really matters is that is big man number 98 taking it all the way in. Get that man an oxygen mask. My goodness, he is going to be huffing and puffing on that JMU sideline. And then it gets a little away from San Diego State after that one, which is something that can easily happen against James Madison with the pressure defense that they play. Once you get off the rails, it's pretty easy to stay off the rails. So James Madison starts off their season 1-0. Now we can head over. Let's take a quick look at everything that happened here in week 1. See where how everybody did. We'll start with the Mountain West Conference and get those blockers out of here now. Navy, one of the newest teams in the Mountain West, got the sim win against FCS East. We saw that one. We saw that one. We saw that one. We saw this one. An unfortunate one for ODU. Really, I liked how we played defense. For the most part, I liked how we played offense. It was just we threw that one interception at like the 3-yard line. Then we had that 4th and 1 with 2 minutes to go. those really are what decided the game. We saw that one. Toledo gets a CPU win there against Clemson. And then this was a good user game between Georgia State and Georgia Southern, but the internet connection wasn't great, so the stream didn't look the best, so I wasn't really able to grab too many highlights from there. But Georgia State Halves gets the rivalry win against GMOS and Georgia Southern. So now we go to Conference USA. Utah State, Army, Tulsa, North Texas gets the first conference win of the season, 35-31 there. Southern Miss gets the win against CPU. Arizona State to the American Conference. Let's see, is there anything else we haven't seen here yet? Buffalo sneaks out the win against Wyoming, 24-21. Bowling Green takes down Kentucky, 45-17. And then we saw both of these. There's that beautiful ribbed trophy UAB gets to hold on to for another season. Then our last conference, the Sun Belt, FIU gets the win against Troy, 56-26. Temple takes down UL Monroe, 31-13. Fresno State hangs nearly so close to 100, but 99-48 against LSU. Good start for Fresno in that one. UNLV 49-28 in the Big House, taking down the Wolverines. Poor NIU, my poor Huskies, 69-10. You had to do them like that. Star, don't appreciate it, but Marshall 69-10 win there over NIU. And Appalachian State starts their season 1-0 with a rivalry win over Charlotte, 49-17. So that is everything that happened here in week 1. Fun start to the season. Very excited for what we all got left. So next up, we will have ODU's game against Oregon State, game of the week for week 2. And then we'll take it from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you guys next time. Until then, take it easy.